Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Aussie SW podcast. I'm Aussie, and I'm here with Benny and Lucky today, as usual. And last time we did this was about, I want to say, 2 months ago, I think. That sounds about right.
Something like that, probably.
Yeah. So, we've got a little bit to talk about. Obviously, Summoners War, there's not that much to talk about, so we try and spread it out. But, so I hope everyone's doing well. What have you guys been up to? Anything exciting, or just the same old stuff?
I guess, nothing too exciting. In Summoners War, I started farming Necro. That's about it. Out of game, working. Nothing exciting. Nice.
Lucky, anything with you?
Same here. Nothing has really changed much since we last spoke. Just vibing, dude. Just vibing. We obviously had Special League in between.
Yep.
I did a solid 50 wings. And that was about
That's
it.
Nice.
Just to kill some time. Otherwise, nothing else really.
That's respect. 50 wings in Special League. I think that's more than I did for sure.
I did it all in the one day, mate. All in the one day.
Yeah. Well, it was an interesting choice of Special League. No LDs. Pretty boring, in my opinion. Pretty boring. Probably not what we needed at that time. But yeah, well, look, I want to say I'm surprised to say this, in the last 2 months since our previous podcast, in which I think we weren't super happy with the patch, at least, but I mean, I guess it wasn't that bad, but things have seemed to have, in terms of drama and people being upset, has gotten a little bit worse, so that might be something we touch on. And on a happier note, 12th anniversary, so a lot of free stuff, a lot of exciting things to do in game, mostly just more gambling, but we like that. We all play Summoners War, that's why we're here. So, look, let's I feel like let's jump into the balance patch. Now, it's got the date at the top here, March 28th, so it's nearly 3 weeks ago. And honestly, this was pretty forgettable, guys.
This was a pretty low impact BP as far as BP goes.
Very much so.
Yeah. Look, even before we get into it, I was like pretty disappointed in this. I was expecting more. Not for any particular reason other than the last one was also bad, so I thought maybe we'd see something. But I guess that's on me for getting my hopes up in this game, which I probably shouldn't have done. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people were upset about this. In some ways, it was related to the lack of changes. In other ways, it was in regard to the first nerf. So, look, I'm going to just read it from the top of the Agrius nerf. I'm going to be honest with you. I sort of always thought they were going to nerf it, so I actually never built one. I never built one of these. I was happy with my farming team, so I never built this, but... yeah, and was it used for offense as well somewhere? I'm not sure. But I didn't build it. I was happy with my teams, and a lot of people were not happy about this, so free-to-play.
It was pretty evident in Siege, so a lot of people were using it with like a chilling cleave. So essentially speed buff and Agrius. Agrius usually is more than the 100 or 200 speed that you need to be ahead of the defense unit, and it hits so hard. So essentially, they just got rid of that element of it. So,
yeah.
But they made it very clear, though. I think one very clear message from that nerf was that they were actually okay with people running it for dungeons.
Yep.
And they didn't touch that element. So they obviously just didn't want it to be abused in PvP content.
Yep.
Took it out of there and now made it usable in PvE. So, or kept it usable in PvE.
Cool. Well, saw a lot of people on Reddit really upset about that. I personally didn't really care, but yeah.
Do you guys know if the nerf actually killed any dungeon teams, or have people already found workarounds for all of them?
it doesn't touch dungeons at all because it works on the boss stages.
Yeah.
The only thing
waves
that
are-
hurts. Yeah, it only hurts if you're relying it for wave clear. And
Right.
to be honest, that was like the super beginner, call it the cheese version of the dungeon team, which like kind of relied on Agrius to always kill like crystals and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it would have killed those very early ones, but the mid to late game teams haven't been touched at all.
Okay, then that's fine. I think
I
that's
think
a
that's fair.
valid nerf.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess some people really like to build a bunch of the same thing and cheese offense, I suppose. So I guess that really pissed those people off. But yeah, I honestly didn't mind, and I would have never built dupes anyway. I would never do that. Cool. And then the other one was Morris. So this was a defense thing. At least I think it was. Lucky, this is probably another one for you.
Yeah, so to be honest, it probably hasn't hurt him as much as people think it did.
Okay.
Yes, it doesn't revive all dead allies, but it does still. Like, the annoying part about him is the fact that if he just rolls a double, someone gets rezzed, he gets another turn, all that type of shenanigans. So, to be honest, he's still used on certain defenses now. Agrius was actually probably one of the main counters to him, and they kind of pulled that unit away, and then they kind of scraped the top of Morris, but he's still used. So, I mean, he's still fine. Okay.
Well, that's good. I mean, I'm notoriously not big on Siege, but I've run into this a couple times, and it just pisses me off. A lot of the times it's fine for me, because, I mean, you just kill things quickly, but... Well, I mean, it's a Dice Magician. It's all RNG, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. But cool. So that's that out of the way. Now, look, there's, you know, a few lines to this patch, but just nothing. Just nothing happened. And in look, we'll go over it, but just in what we received 2 months prior, which, you know, we were expecting a big patch, or at least that's sort of... It got delayed 2 weeks, okay? So, I mean, they had to make up for it in some way, and they didn't, and they let us down again. But, look, I want to give them credit where credit's due. The nerf on the skill 2 of the Drakan Warriors, I actually respect that, because I feel like this is the first time in recent history where we've had a meta-dominant unit, and their first instinct wasn't just absolutely gut it. Now, I don't know how you guys felt about this. It honestly, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of Solvark, but Ereshian's still a 33 lead.
I think it definitely hurts Solvark more than Ereshion.
Yeah.
I think Ereshion is still super strong.
Yeah.
He's just a really flexible opener to pretty much every draft.
Yeah.
But yeah, Solvark not being able to reliably get the S2 into S3 combo is definitely weakens him a lot.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see less of the double Drakan this season.
Okay.
Honestly, this is the type of nerf I like. It's like this is the type of nerf they should do. Like, slowly nerf them, not completely gut a unit like they did Ventan.
Yeah.
Like, they basically gave Ventan this Ereshion nerf, or maybe even more. They reduced his attack bar decrease, but then they also just gutted the other half of his kit as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is a solid nerf. We'll see if Ereshion still honestly might be too strong, but we'll see.
Yeah.
He's really hard to tune any further down, but yeah, like to Benny's point, getting the 120% attack bar from the S2 now to only 80, it's like a lot harder to cycle. So I guess I'll touch on the light one, considering that's one I have as well.
Yeah.
The S2, I mean, like, you never really used it for cycling as much, but the passive change was actually pretty interesting. So I haven't used it much in RTA for it yet, but I've definitely used it on a few fun little offenses, like into Tarnisha stuff.
Okay.
And, like, once you cop all the debuffs, it is just so funny to see, like, if you face, like, a Tarnisha Layla type thing, how quickly they just keep taking all the debuffs back. Plus, it goes onto an extra unit, so it's like they just get absolutely rammed by debuffs now. But I can see that also, like in RTA, my concern now is like if someone picks Layla into me, sorry, not Layla, like Aya into me with something, and I pick the Phrygion, it kind of backfires now. Like if it randomly just throws debuffs on her, I'm just kind of dead both ways now. So I think it's like it's a partial nerf too at the same time.
Okay.
That's kinda
Weird
funny.
to say.
That
It's
is
kind of
interesting.
weird to say, but it's just weird to say. But yes, it is very strange.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a weird interaction, but yeah, that's not something I thought about at all. In terms of the offense, that sounds like almost practically a free win, which is nice against certain teams. So
Yeah.
that's obviously really cool. This guy, I've played him a couple times in RTA. I think the first time he got buffed, I played against someone that had him, and I didn't know what he did, and he absolutely goobed me. But I still actually haven't seen a lot of this guy. Has he gone up in usage a lot, or not really?
I've barely seen him.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's definitely a cool kit, but yeah, we don't really see a lot of this guy. Look, now we get to a bit of the slop of the patch. The weird one I want to start with, Samath. What the fuck? Why does he strip with a 50% chance?
Yeah, I think in their mind, they're trying to make him a meta arena defense unit. Like, maybe this is meant to, like, help him sack a strip stun.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely a nerf for RTA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Agreed.
Yeah, pretty
They
big.
could have just added it to the kit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it would have made it
Yeah.
a lot better. But this weird switch, I think, is kind of also, Benny, to your point earlier around where they made like a small change but didn't want to do too much.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they were too scared to make it an effect added rather than effect change, just because imagine like 30% pushback with a strip. On paper, that's
Yeah.
pretty insane though. So,
It's like it's not like it's conditional there.
yeah.
Mm.
So I don't think it would be too strong. Like Samath is already like a glass cannon and gets heavily countered by resets, and Oliver also being a unit.
Yeah.
So-
It's just weird choices. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes feels like they go too far with stuff, and then this one, it's like, well, I mean, was Samath really going to break the game if he had a 50% strip into a pushback? I don't think so. Not with all the reset stuff going around. So, yeah. I
It was
mean,
also
now-
very random, right?
yeah.
Like, a Samath change. Did anyone ask for a Samath change?
I mean,
Like, it was so weird.
I mean, they gave him the pushback kind of recently too, didn't they? Wasn't that like?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, okay. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. Is that
I'd love
because?
to see. I'd love to see what data they look at when they decide what they put into these patches.
Oh, for
Or the
sure.
opinions, or the opinions they listen to.
No,
yeah,
they don't look at the. They definitely don't look at the opinions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Look, I don't know why. I mean, the only thing I can think of is like they looked at the other 33 leads and maybe thought this guy is not used as much as the other ones. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they've been touching up Samath so much, but that's fine. But yeah, now look, we got a damage increase to Chow. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the screenshot with the damage before and after buff, but
Oh, I
yeah,
think
it's
I did
barely
see
anything.
that. Yeah. So
It's like 500 more damage.
ugh, that's just terrible. So just filler.
I think it's yeah.
yeah.
Shower's already solid. It's just making people use him more.
Yeah. What was next? I think this is the water Nezuko. She hurts herself at the start of every turn, I think. So she hurts herself less. I don't think no one's touching that unit, I believe.
Yeah.
Now the fire one, I don't think is interesting, so I'm just gonna go right past it.
That one's actually pretty interesting.
Okay.
Just as a heads up.
All right.
So the way it reads there, right? So ignore the fact that it has this massive wall of text, and then all they've done is to be 100% attack. But it's still the same effects.
Okay.
But instead of the 50%, it's 100% pushback now. So it stuns you, blocks beneficials, and it pushes back 100% attack bar on everyone.
God damn.
I know this because Reese cooked me with this in Special League, and I
Yeah.
sat there reading it, going, "What is this?
Wait,
what
is
is this
this-
unit?"
Is this a 5-star unit or?
Yes, it's a 5
Yeah.
star.
Okay.
People are like using it as another Oki kinda. It's like a 5
Yeah.
CC stun unit.
Okay.
And it's good into like Gandalfs or like even just like anything that puts on buffs because you got the oh sorry, not the buff, sorry, it's a block harmful
Yeah,
effect
it has a
removal.
block beneficial effects
Yeah.
as well.
Okay. I kind of like that actually.
But
I never even
maybe
bothered
we'll
to
see
read
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Does
might
it?
see it more this season.
Is it
Yeah.
just a single hit though? Is it no
AoE
damage?
single hit.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Not bad. Pretty interesting. I don't even know if I have that, but that might be something I look into. Pretty cool. I like the I'm a big fan of buff block. That's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. Okay. Next up we've got the water guy with the, I think that's the big single target skill. It's gone from 5 turns to 4 turns. I don't think we will see that guy anytime soon. Then we've got the what were these? The Justices? Is there anything major here? I mean, it's their time. They like to buff things a couple months after they come out. I don't know.
I haven't seen too much of these guys being used at all. I think
Same.
we might see them in another BP in the future.
Okay. Pretty unfortunate.
Unless I'm missing something.
I'm just looking at it now.
Yeah, I don't think so at this point. Like they feel like a whole lot of nothing right now. I think they need to rework. I think the S2 in general as well as some of the S3s. They don't gel right now in terms of a kit.
Yeah. All right. Let's go past those, and then we've got, what's this? The Steel Swordsmanship. The skill 2 on I don't remember what unit that is. But that's
Ezio's.
the Ezio's. So that's is that the defense break skill? Is that what that is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Does that
I guess
change anything?
Does that make Patrick any better at the dungeons? He can S3
Yeah.
mid boss and boss.
Yeah, you can do mid boss and end boss now, as long as you get it down to the threshold that he needs. So
Okay.
that's
I
what we're
guess it's
down
a
to.
dungeon buff then.
That's pretty.
That's all it is, pretty much.
Okay. So, all right. Well, pretty uninteresting for the other two then, because I don't think they see any usage. So, yeah. Now, oh god. I forgot that they did this. They buffed the fire pudding.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think the healing amount was ever really the issue with the fire pudding.
Yeah.
So
No, for sure. Yeah, weird choice. Feel like more of this slow the game down stuff was not what we needed, but look, I don't think it's going to be too impactful anyway, but I don't know, maybe just a bit tone deaf. Anyway,
Yeah. This is just like another situation. I have a feeling like the balancing patch team for Come To Us or whatever, they look at data rather than how games actually play out. Because no one in their right mind thought that the fire cookie was a weak unit.
yeah,
Like I think in the right spot, this unit was already fine, like strong enough as is.
yeah, very situational,
Like-
but yeah.
But like I think they give it a buff for no reason, and like I feel like it's gonna get the exact same amount of use because like the heal really wasn't the breaking point for it.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's just weird choices. Now the next one, look, this is the Lagmaron buff. I thought this was kind of cool, but I don't know if we're actually going to see anything with this. It's now, is Lagmaron stun 100% or it's still 75?
I think it was buffed to
Question.
100% in the
Okay.
past.
So I do kind of like the idea that you can actually stun someone and they can't proc out of it. But
Yeah, but then the issue is that you'll just get more tilted when they res the seal and then proc out anyway.
yeah, so that's pretty painful. It's interesting. I love this unit. I love Lagmaron. It's my first Nat 5. Alright, I've always got a soft spot for this guy, but might be worth trying for one day and then never touching it again. But you guys think this really changes anything?
No, he still
not
gets
really.
hard countered by the same units. Like Leo is the huge thing that is just always a force ban for him.
Yeah. Yeah, for
So
sure.
yeah, And also, most of the people who are using him were using him for the S2 snipe rather than the S3 stun.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're going for the stun, Oki is probably still better.
100%, 100%. All right. Well, next up is Elise's family. What did they change here? They changed the skill once for all of them. So instead of glancing, now they silence.
I was super surprised. I play with the fire one sometimes. What's her name? Cynthia. And I was I thought I was going crazy. Like, I was wondering, since when did she silence on S1? I think I just completely glazed over this part of the patch because nothing really happened.
Oh, yeah, that's a big part of it. Does that really change anything? I mean, the only one of these I use is Elise, and I'm just spinning every time, so I've never used the skill one. Silence is a strong debuff, but does this impact any of their kits? I don't know.
I think glancing is also a super strong debuff, so I don't think it's like the biggest change in the world. Like, silence is probably like, I don't know. It's weird because glancing is 2 turns, right? So even if they proc out like proc, they have glancing on both the turns. A proc out of silence is pretty devastating. I don't even know. It feels kind of like a side grade. Silence is probably better though.
Yeah, but 1 turn is pretty harsh. I guess they consider silence really strong, so they don't want to make it 2 turns. But look, if you can just proc out of it, I mean, 1 turn debuffs have always been a bit questionable because of that very reason. Now we look at the wind and light ones. The cooldown. So it's, if I remember correctly, it's a strip. Is it a strip stun?
Strip reset.
Strip reset. Okay. So it's got a shorter cooldown, but it only strips 1 buff now. I don't know about you, but I feel like they probably could have just done the cooldown. I don't think that would have broken anything. It's another weird thing that they've done where they don't want to take any action and they're playing it, I want to say, too safe. I want to say they played that too safe, and because of that doesn't really change anything. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I think I can agree with that. Yeah, I think they're still not gonna be used at all. Like, I'm curious about like they buffed a few units with branding. This patch. I'm wondering what they're thinking about with the branding effect. But
yeah, okay.
That's
Interesting.
It was very interesting though to see like why did they touch the S2 in the first place for those units. Like, it's again a very random buff. It's like change. Well, shouldn't call it a buff. Very random change to a unit that's probably got very low usage. So yeah, curious what their thoughts were there.
Yeah, only thing I can think of is it's filler because it's a new unit. So that's like the only thing. And look, everyone knows it's a page straight out of Comtous's playbook. Release a unit that's bad and then buff them 6 months later. It's getting really tiring at this point.
Yeah.
And especially if they're not even gonna take the risk, well, not even take the risk. If they actually tested the game, it wouldn't be a risk. Hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. But yeah. And then next up is the skill 3, which it was an anti-Haygang strip, and it now brands instead of what is it? Cleanse block. So
no longer anti-Haygang. Yeah.
Great. I don't know what they're thinking with this. I actually built this unit, and now I don't know why. Very questionable. I'm just gonna move on because that's just almost feels like a nerf. But let's move on to probably an actual kind of impactful one. Maybe was the Jackson buff. So I'm just gonna read this out. If an enemy decreases the so now you will increase your attack bar by 50% and allies by 15%. So I haven't fought a Jackson yet, but I've heard some people aren't enjoying fighting this thing. I don't know. I thought Jackson was sort of fine before, but have you guys fought any Jacksons yet?
I haven't played too much, but I honestly don't think this changes Jackson too much. I know some people would think this makes him like a super broken unit. I was honestly kind of indifferent to this, and my drafts do get pretty counted by Jackson already.
Yeah.
I just think this is like a win more type of buff. I don't think it'll help him get picked any more than he is being picked already.
Yeah. Well, you're getting 50% attack bar, and I think one of the biggest things with Jackson is passive totem. And like, what does he do? He stuns inconsistently. I mean, great.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, he's annoying, but at the end of the day, if the only thing in your kit is an inconsistent strip stun, I mean, what are we really doing? So, yeah. Next up was a buff for me. Van Cliff cooldown is shorter. I honestly, it doesn't really change much. I've always said that the cooldown was too long, for actually how not great the skill 3 was. Don't think it really changes anything though, so I'm just gonna move on. Liliana, the dark Layla. I don't even know how to feel about that. I never see this unit. I forget this unit's in the game, so I assume this is just nothing.
Yeah, I think they're just shifting it from crit damage scaling to just flat damage buff, right? So I think they're just they've already toyed with it a little bit enough already. I think they're just trying to find that right balance without making it stupid OP.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about the kit, it's already pretty stacked, and now they're just balancing out the damage, so yeah.
We reckon they'll probably try and touch this up one more time. I could see them doing it. It's sort of in their playbook to just have a sort of project unit. They did it with Van Cliff, I want to say 1 or 2 years ago, where they kept changing him every balance patch. I don't know, could be interesting. Okay, oh my god, there's actually quite a bit more. Oh, no, there isn't. There's not much left. The Dark Desert Warrior. What is this thing? What did they change here? So, before he stripped and stunned, and then increases attack bar, and now he strips, stun, and brands. So another branding change? I think this is nothing. This unit is notoriously quite shit, so we'll just move on. I think this is the last thing here. Oh, there was some changes for the tomb guys, but the samurais. Is this anything interesting? I saw some people making some fun videos about these, but is this anything serious or? Not really.
I don't know. I haven't tried them out at all.
Look, I think it's more of like, again, a siege offense buff, but the damage on that skill 4 is really, really bad. I haven't tested it post the change, but 20% is a sizable increase, but it was really bad before.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I should test it before I really judge it. But
yeah, fair enough. I've got to admit, even for the last part here, I think after this I even stopped reading it. Like, I kind of want to move on now to like maybe a more general topic. Unless, off the top of your head, were any of the Tomb Warden buffs relevant or nah?
I mean, Rex is probably the only one to call out for like siege stuff, just because they gave him a base speed increase, and now he's 113 base that strip armor breaks.
Yeah.
And they made the chance of armor breaking a bit higher as well. Otherwise, yeah, there's probably no one else to really call out.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, since this balance patch came out, I'm sort of at an all-time low in terms of engaging with this game. In terms of generally how I've been feeling, it's especially with this patch. I don't know, it felt like a really big slap in the face. I don't know how you guys felt about this overall, but like to have a patch 2 months ago which was pushed back, and then be extremely underwhelming, and then to do it again, I don't know. I find it very hard to forgive this. I think this is just ridiculous. But yeah, I'm really interested to hear you guys' thoughts on how they've been doing these last couple of months.
Yeah, these balance patches definitely haven't been great for me either. I think I had too big expectations, but I feel like they did promise that we're gonna do some more significant balance patches.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, I'm jaded at this point. I felt basically nothing when I saw this balance patch. I was just like, okay, another shit balance patch. On to the next one, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the norm now, right? Like, I think we always get to a point where we're always thinking, oh, balance patch coming up, let's get hyped, and then you just go through the same cycle. See it, get disappointed, wait 2 months, same thing happens, rinse and repeat. But I think one thing that was kind of clouded, I guess, since the last time we spoke, and I can't believe it's already been 3 months since the last time we had this podcast, by the way, but like, we also had the 2As get released in between as well, which I think now what we're seeing in the meta is like the Dark Hellhound, for example, is starting to be seen quite a lot.
Yeah.
So I think just in general, like besides the balance patch, I think we should see some definite shifts in RTA this season versus last season. Just with the introduction of a few more units. I think with the Hellhound, for example, being so prominent, there's going to have to be things that are going to have to be made to be able to counter him, right? Yeah. So there's going to be other units that'll pop up. Don't know if the Gandalf meta is going to go anywhere for now, but I could see those potentially getting touched in the next balance patch potentially. So, I think it's heading in the right direction. It was a very random patch in terms of from a balance patching perspective. They touched the most random of units, but there are some gems in there that I think we'll see get played a bit more this season.
Yeah, for sure. I think look, there's some positives to take away. I didn't even think to talk about the 2As. It's great to see that concept has not been forgotten. But yeah, really exciting. I think look, I think we're a bit beyond 1 2A per year. I think that was the expectation set back in the day. That's not a thing anymore, but look, as long as it's not forgotten, we're still getting them. I mean, the Hellhounds, yeah, you mentioned the Dark Hellhound, we're seeing a lot of that. They look cool, which is nice. That's something Comp2Us never, ever seems to mess up, apparently. Their design team is fucking brilliant. So that's something. But yeah, look, I look at some of the community reaction to the 12-year sort of events and all that, and I personally get a bit disappointed. Now I don't know if this comes from the background of being heavily invested in the Pokemon community and seeing them get basically walked over because they accept slop. Sometimes I feel Summoners War community is a bit of the same way. Like, Comp2Us will basically walk all over us with a shit balance patch like this, and then we'll just move on because new scrolls and whatnot. But yeah, look, I guess I'll wait and see. Personally, in terms of the meta, I'm not happy with the Gandalf meta. Was the Gandalf meta around when we did our last podcast? I don't think it was. I think we were just heading into it. How have you guys been finding that? Because I find it incredibly boring, to the point that I only cleave now. I don't think I've been involved in this meta at all. So I just want to get your guys' thoughts on that.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Gandalf as a unit. I think his kit is pretty toxic once he gets going. But yeah, I was kind of hoping that would nerf him this past balance patch, but there was no way they were ever going to nerf him during the Lord of the Ring collab, right?
No.
Not at all. I definitely wasn't expecting that. They were never going to do that.
So yeah, I think he is a little bit overtuned at the moment. I think most people suggest either getting rid of some of the cycling or increase the cooldown of the skill 2 by 1 turn.
Yeah. I
think that would make him slightly more manageable. But yeah, it does seem like they buff these turn 2 units a lot more than they buff the turn 1 units nowadays.
Yeah.
I guess that's to make up for turn 1 meta being a thing for so much of the game's lifespan.
Yeah.
They're they're overcompensating the other direction.
Yeah, for sure. Lucky, do you sort of feel the same way, or?
Yeah, I think, like, to be fair, I think towards the end of the season it pretty much got figured out. Like, I personally didn't end up drafting Jaeger as much as compared to the start of the season when I was just slamming Gandalf Jaeger everywhere and just abusing that turn 2 meta while I could. But then people honestly just figured it out, right? And it just became a bit harder to, like, just keep slamming the same 5 units. But yeah, he is overtuned. I agree with Benny on that front. Like, the nerfs he's mentioned, I think, are all valid. And I hope they do, like, look into it because, yeah, it isn't a fun meta to play against, especially when, like, it just takes, like, a proc or two or, like, just that little turn cycling and then for him to come out of a stun and suddenly, like, everything that you've done to the team has been negated.
Yeah.
It's not a good feeling. And then he just pops his S2 again. It's like, well, I haven't done anything now. And I've literally blew my whole load, and now it's like starting again with nothing. So, yeah,
it's pretty. It's really toxic. As much as, like, I also agree he's overtuned, but I just think some of the units that we've been having to deal with over the past 6 months, not even, like, you know, stuff being overtuned. It's just like these slower games are just. I don't know. I would hate to see something like a Gandalf meta in an SWC. Could you imagine that? You get everyone there, and you're getting these almost, you know, 5-10 minute games where ultimately it's decided by a proc. It'd be pretty frustrating. But yeah, look, let's move on to something more exciting. 12th anniversary. What did we get that was sort of new? We got the 12-year scrolls, which are just they're the same as the 11 and 10.
Yeah.
Nothing exciting there. But we got the the element, the light and the dark scrolls.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? I've heard some people say they feel like it cheapens it, but I feel like that's ridiculous. I don't know. I'm pretty excited to try and target. I don't know. I think light's better for me. I kind of want Yon Hong, but I don't know. Have you guys felt since this started? Because it feels like it's mostly the same, but I don't know.
I think there's some exciting stuff. The scrolls are always exciting.
Yep.
But the main thing is the relics, right? That's the major thing that happened in the update.
Yeah. So relics.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I completely blanked on relics, and now I'm probably back in a not so great mood about those. But what was the statistic on average? How long it's gonna take for someone to get a plus 15?
1 in 11,000 relics.
Oh, jeez.
1 in 11.3 thousand relics. Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Have we seen one yet?
Yes.
We have. Okay.
There are a few of them, yeah.
There's a few now, yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. I know that there's not a lot you have to do. You don't have to farm for them or anything, but another resource we have to gather. I don't know if this was something I really wanted. Look, for the most part, as long as we didn't have to make another damn dungeon team, I guess I'm all right with that. But this ridiculousness of 1 in 11, I mean, surely that's not acceptable. I don't know. I just think I don't know. It seems poorly thought out. I don't. Like, I've only gotten plus 6s. So
I don't think it's too bad.
Yeah,
I think the problem is, I think, like, we're always, like, geared in this game to always just, like, max everything. I think if we were able, like, if the rates, call it if it was halved, right?
Yeah.
That means at some point we're just gonna have all the relics done, plus 15, and that stuff's just done and dusted, right?
Yeah.
They want to try keep it like the longevity of it. And one thing that I've noticed, like even with some of the relics that I've gotten so far, they're still usable up to a certain point anyway. And the fact that you can equip them to 100 units makes it a bit more like satiable in that sense, where you're not getting too upset by it. So I think personally for me, the drop rate, obviously it's very hard to get them. It takes a while to get them. You can't farm it, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
But I think like being able to at least use them is probably the main point. I think I do agree with you where like the midpoint shouldn't be +6. Maybe if it was more like +9, then it might be a bit better.
Yeah.
But they are still 100% usable. Like I've started using. I sacked one and got up to +10 or +11, I think. But yeah, I just like kind of slapped it on all my units because it's my only one that I've got for now. But it's like 100 units that now have like an extra 1,500 to 2,000 HP more just from the main stat, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like extra stats for nothing. So it's not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping I'll get one that's really good because I've only gotten +6. Maybe I got a +7, I think. But
yeah.
Benny, have you sacked any or also similar luck to me?
No, not really. My highest is a +8, but
Okay.
most of the ones I've gotten are just basically unrollable. Anyway, I guess I could just roll them for the main stat, but that feels like a waste of crystals.
Oh yeah, especially when it's the resources are so hard to get for these. I mean, 3,000 crystals for how many do you get? 100 was it? Like
Yeah,
That's-
300
yeah.
crystals per 10, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty harsh. Yeah, I think I could. I like Lucky. I like your idea about the +9 being the middle ground. I think that seems a lot more reasonable. I don't know. It
that's
just
my main issue with them.
yeah.
I would like that as well because I just feel like the difference between people who get lucky and +15 and people who just are unlucky and stuck at like +6,
Yeah.
it feels like a bit too much of a disparity. Especially since it's so rare. Like as you said, even after 11,000 relics, you still might not get it.
Yeah. There's got to be a better way. I think, like, to be fair, they should make the power-up stones probably a bit more obtainable.
Yeah.
I don't know how, besides, like, right now it's unlimited through the ancient coin, like the ancient crystal shop, but man, that's a limited resource too, right? Like, people are sacrificing the choice of LVs to be able to get them. But, I mean, they've obviously given it as a crystal resource, which obviously fuels some of the whales in the game, but there's going to be another way to be able to do it. I think the amount of power-up stones you need is going to be quite high, as I don't know if you guys have seen or felt that yet, but like I've only powered up maybe 2 or 3 relics, and I think like one of them got so high where like that's what I'm talking about, the one that got to a +11. It's not the +10 or +11.
Yeah.
When it got that high, I actually started spending the crystals, like 300 crystals every time I wanted to roll it.
Yeah.
Just to try and get it to that +12, right? And then next thing you know, you're like 600 crystals down without like thinking about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that middle ground as a +9 being the average is probably a good start. I tend to be a bit more sus on the whole thing. I understand the point is probably to get people more committed to it long term instead of, you know, figuring it out. It's like, oh, in 2 months we've all got +15s on everything and we're done. It sort of seems like they're doing it to, and again, I might be being too negative, but trying to, you know, extend the lifespan of the game a little bit longer, trying to get everyone getting this resource, but I don't know, maybe I'm just being, what's the word? I'm just going to stick with negative, but maybe I'm just, maybe I got my tinfoil hat on, I don't know, maybe that's what I'm doing here, but...
Would you have preferred if they... Would you guys prefer if they made it like this is another idea I had. Like, would you have preferred if they made them all kind of like you know how in arena towers in the past, you used to have to farm for like years to get all of them maxed?
Oh,
Would that type of system be better for these? Like, you could upgrade each of these, go for each of these individually depending on what you need. Like with the resource you had to farm. Like maybe you got a few of the power-up stones per dungeon run. And maybe that would take like over a year of farming to max out a couple of them. Maybe that would
I
be
think
a-
that's valid.
Yeah.
I mean, like, to be fair, that means everyone gets it to some point.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
takes time more than anything else to unlock it rather than luck to unlock it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree, and I sort of
a good way
like
to
that
put it, Benny,
as
yeah.
well. Yeah, I think it removes the luck, and also you could personalize it. Like for example, you could invest your points in an attack, or you could invest it in HP. Like depending on what you find more important, you could do that too. Eventually, it's going to end up where everyone has them all maxed, but you know you can sort of start that path, and then after a year or two, everyone's going to have it all maxed, and yeah. I think maybe one of the big things I just don't like is the luck aspect. I mean, I've only gotten +7, and I mean, come on, that's pretty annoying.
Yeah.
We've got a few comments, by the way. So Nemi's here, and Fudgy's here. By the way, happy birthday, Fudgy, for the other day. Now Nemi says he thinks the Shumar buff negated the Jackson. I am. What? Hold on. Let me just. I can't wrap my
Shumar's
brain around
just
that
a
right now.
super
So.
strong unit. No, I think his point is that Shumar is just a super strong unit in the meta currently that
Yep.
Jackson doesn't really do anything into. So, yeah, it's just like as I said, Jackson is still just a niche counter pick. I don't think this buff changes much for him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, fair enough. Well, look, guys. I don't know if there's anything else you guys kind of wanted to talk about. I sort of intended this to be a shorter episode. I've actually got to wake up very early tomorrow. I'm actually playing footy. It's my first game. So
Good luck.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. First game since you started ramping up again?
Yes, first since I started ramping up. First I've played in, 9 years. So
Wow.
Dang, good luck.
thank you.
Good luck.
Hopefully I don't get cleaned up.
Hopefully you don't just get injured first game back.
Oh, that would
That'd
be
be terrible.
probably the worst thing ever, but not unlikely considering the sport. Yeah, I mean, look, anything else you guys wanted to talk about? Anything we missed? I think we covered almost all the recent news, I think.
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, that's what I can think of. I think the only thing was like the legendary scrolls. The 12-year legendary scrolls give CLD blessings. Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Very low chance though.
Yeah,
But it's a chance.
I think I've gotten to the point where I reckon a couple years ago I would have been all over that, but now I'm thinking, I'm like, I know I'm not going to get it. So I don't even like, look, it'd be cool if I get that, and hopefully I get a nice choice between two good ones and not a dupe and something else. I am still dreading the day I get an LD dupe. When that happens, I'm probably just gonna cry. So, yeah. Look, that's interesting. Hopefully, do we get one for free, right? Is that
I
legit?
think we get a few. We get like two. We get two from the shop. I know. Do we get more from any other events? Probably. So at least two, I think.
Yeah. All right. We probably get a fair amount from swiping, which would be nice. I will probably, unfortunately, end up doing that, but yeah. Well, yeah. That's I think that's pretty much it, guys. So I'd like to thank you guys for coming out and doing this again. Really appreciate it. And hopefully next time we do this, we got a really exciting balance patch with lots of changes and a fun new meta. And Summoner's War have added a lot of fun updates, RTA changes. I can't even believe I'm saying this with a straight face. We all know that's not going to happen. But I appreciate you guys for coming out. And yeah.
Oh, thanks for having us and organising this, mate.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see you guys in how often a balance patch is? 2 months. Probably see you guys then, and yeah, thanks for
End
coming
of May,
out.
I think, is the next one. So yeah.
So
Very exciting.
not even 2 months. 1 month already.
1 month.
Oh,
It's only a
God.
month away now. Yeah.
Yeah, well, time's flying. I can't believe it's April 2026. It's fucking April.
Crazy.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Dude, last week it was 2024. Anyway, thank you guys for coming out. Thanks everyone in the chat for coming out. As always, you guys are the best. And yeah, we'll see you all later, and goodbye.